Hello, YouTube. All right, it's been a while since we did a cooking episode, cooking with Denoy. And since I've been busy straightening out the yard, removing that tree that I chopped down, had a lot of wood for barbecuing. So I thought I would go ahead and use some of that wood, grab some of the branches and stuff, and I'm getting ready to make a fire. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil, a little bit of canola oil. I'm gonna pour a cap or two full of oil on there to make it light up. And then what I'm gonna cook today is some of that beef steak I bought. I bought Chuck Steak, USDA choice beef from Patrick Space Base. It's like $4.19 for that big chunk of steak right there. So I'm gonna try to cook that up. It's frozen. I think you're supposed to let that stuff thaw out, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm going to cook it frozen. And I've wrapped up some sweet potatoes here inside this aluminum foil. I don't know if you can see that. It's sweet potato. So I've wrapped up 2 sweet potatoes. And I put some frozen vegetables and fresh vegetable mix. I had some Dollar Tree broccoli with cauliflower and carrots. Added some baby carrots and some mushrooms. So I'll be seasoning that with our magical badia, as well as the steak. And that's pretty much it. So the plan is to go ahead and start the fire. Let it burn a little bit. Once it starts to calm down, we're going to put the grill on it and then just grill everything up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and set the camera here so you can see what I am doing. Hopefully see what I'm doing. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pour some oil. Let's take a couple capfuls here. It's just to help it burn a little bit easier. I don't think you really need to do this, but I think it'll make it easier to catch on fire. What I don't recommend doing is putting gasoline on this. I don't know if you've seen those videos where people put gasoline to start a fire, and when you light it up, the gasoline like explodes and people catch themselves on fire. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get this thing lit. Let's see if we can get the fire going. So here we go. All right. Got it over there. We're going to go ahead and try it in several spots here. Alright, I think we got the fire going. And what we're going to do is just let that burn. Now, you're supposed to let the wood burn until it becomes charcoal, but you know, I'm not going to be doing that. So we'll go ahead and let it burn. All right, the fire has died down, and I think we are ready to try to cook it over the charcoal. Normally I cook over fire, but my wife's been trying to teach me to cook over charcoal. So at this point, the fire has died down. We got charcoal going on. I'm going to go ahead and try to put the steak right here over the charcoal. We had a little bit of charcoal. It's still kind of frozen. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of frozen still. The steak is kind of frozen. We'll put the steak on here over the fire. And we're going to go ahead and put our wrapped potatoes over here on the side. And then we got our vegetables here, which I am going to season. I'm going to go ahead and pour some badia all over it. Also pour some badia all over our steak. Uh-oh. Alright, pour badia over the steak. Shake up that badia. It is, there we go. I'm going to flip the steak. All right. Pour some body on this side. Something about cooking over an open flame makes stuff taste better. And we'll go ahead and pour some more body on this. And I'm going to put a little bit of chopped onions on my steak. And chopped onions on my veggies. And the veggies, I'm going to kind of wrap up a little bit. Not super tight, but tight enough to sit here and cook. And we'll go ahead and let that cook. And what I'm going to do is put the lid on it and let it kind of bake. And hopefully it'll bake and cook. We'll come back and take a look at it. Alright, while the steak is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and try to cook up some white rice. So, I'm going to rinse the rice, which, I don't know why we do it. I need to make sure the rice is clean. But, you know, when I was living in the van, I didn't really rinse it. Because water was scarce. But, you know, having a house and paying for the water, it's not as scarce, so put it on the filtered water, the final rinse. People always wonder how much water you're supposed to use. It's basically 2 to 1. So for every cup of rice, you want like 2 cups of water. But if you're like me, Asian, you probably just kind of eyeball it. So here, I have probably about enough water in there for that rice. It's enough for, I don't even know how much rice I put in there. I didn't measure, but it's probably about a cup. So I probably have about 2 cups of water there. It's slightly over. A lot of people will put their finger in, and it should come up to your fingernail, but I don't bother doing that. Turn on the rice cooker, put it on high, and this thing cooks automatically. I'll put the lid on it, and let that guy cook up. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and head back outside here to the barbecue. Look at that steak cooking. See all the juices dripping on it. It's getting the metal on it, the metal lines on it, just like real barbecue. And I'll let this continue to cook up the veggies. I wonder if I let it burn down a little too low. Feel heat. It's not super hot. It's a slow cook. Normally when I cook, yeah, if you've seen me in the past Cooking with Denoy episodes, you see flames coming up and everything. This time it's just kind of baking in there. And we'll go ahead and let it bake for a while and then come back and check on it. Basically, I'm thinking of just letting the rice cook, which is going to be about 15 minutes. And then I'll go check on the steak once the rice is done cooking. So the rice cooker, what's cool about this rice cooker is once it finishes cooking, it actually pops up from cook to warm automatically. I don't know how it does that, if it's a heat thing, but the water basically boils and then the rice absorbs the water. And then, you know, it starts to produce steam and release all the excess water. And then the rice cooker goes to warm mode automatically. But it takes roughly 15 minutes. The more rice you add, the longer it takes. So I added more than 1 serving. So maybe about 17 minutes or so before this finishes cooking. But by the time it finishes, I should be able to go and check out the steak and see how it's doing. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes and the rice is still cooking. But I thought I'd better go check on the meat. I don't want it to burn. So we'll go ahead and take a look. Look at all that juice that has come up on the steak. Doesn't that look good? Oh my goodness. Yeah, look at it cook. Smell is incredible. Veggies, they don't feel hot. I could end up having to nuke these guys. I might have, well, we know it's hot because the meat is cooking. And the potatoes feel hot, but the veggies don't feel too hot. So, we'll go ahead and let that bake some more. And then hopefully, when the rice is done, the food will be done. Alright, it's been about 12 minutes or so. I figure I better come check on the steak. And I think the steak is done. I'm going to go ahead and take the steak out and just let the other stuff cook. Steak looks pretty much done. So we'll go ahead and I still see some red coming out. So I'm going to let it cook a little bit more. I kind of like my meat well done. So we'll cook just for a few more minutes. Alright, the rice is like pretty much done. Even though it hasn't popped yet, it'll pop soon. So what I'm going to do is head out there and get the steak. Alright. And then it's our steak. Nice and freshly cooked. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 servings out of that. Cut it for myself and then one for my friend Bill. So I thought he might enjoy a nice steak cooked on a grill meal. I'm going to cut it and then prepare his dish and save it for him. That's why there's 2 of everything here. Enough for 2 people. Here then are the finished meals. I prepared this takeout for my friend Bill. You can see I've cut up the steak for him because he is partially paralyzed due to his stroke. So hopefully he'll be able to eat this and enjoy a nice home-cooked meal. Steak and vegetables and rice. The potatoes are still cooking out there. If it doesn't fully cook, I'm probably going to bring it in here and bake it in the toaster oven. And this is going to be my meal here. And since some people commented that they like to watch the eating videos, mukbang, maybe I'll go ahead and film myself eating. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video now and then do the mukbang. Where you get to watch me enjoy this meal. If you like that kind of stuff. Until next time, everyone, take care. Bon appetit. Adios. Bye now.